Hi, boys and girls. Today I want to talk to you about rules and being part of a community, following rules. So there are just two important words I'd like to go over before we start our reading for today. The first one is community. We are all part of a community. A community is a group of people who live or work together in the same place. So if you're going to Northside or Pakistan, you are part of the Harrisburg community. You might even be part of your neighborhood community, and you are certainly part of our core Mrs. Valor's second grade community. And when you are part of a group of people that live, or in this case, we don't live together, but we definitely work together, you need to make sure you are following the rules. Because rules make things fair and they're important to follow. Each one of you is a citizen. A citizen is a person who lives in and belongs to a community. So you are a citizen of the core classroom, you are a citizen of your neighborhood, of your community, of your city, of your state, of your country. So we are going to be reading about a community of people, right? And the big idea here is that people in communities, they need to get along with one another. So people everywhere belong to communities. And you can look and read along with me. A community is a group of people who live or work together in the same place. You belong to a school community. Your family is part of the community in which you live, right? Some communities are large, some communities are small. Communities are in many different places. So you can see some of these large communities like big cities like Atlanta. This little girl's in Atlanta. There's a Santa Fe, New Mexico. Miami, that's a big community. Montgomery, Alabama, again, big community. Fast fact, in the 1996 Summer Olympics, the 1996 Summer Olympics were held in Atlanta. That's another big city. All right, so here's where we talk about rules. And please pay attention because your activity after this has to do with rules. A person who belongs to a community is a citizen. Citizens in a community follow the same rules. A rule says what must or must not be done. A good rule is fair. Fair means done in a way that is right and honest. A good rule is one that keeps a community safe and peaceful. Each citizen has a responsibility to keep the community a good place in which to live. A responsibility is something a citizen should take care of or do. So it's your responsibility as a citizen to follow the rules. So your assignment is listed on the agenda. What I'd like you to think about is think about a rule. You just learned that rules, remember, a good rule is fair. It keeps the community safe and peaceful. So those are good rules. Can you think of a rule that maybe you think is unfair? So what you are going to do is you are going to get a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, Mrs. Valor will pull her little notebook out. It can be a little notebook, okay? You are just going to write about a rule that you think is unfair. So something that you don't think is fair. And it doesn't have to be like a rule or a law or something like a stop sign, but think about maybe rules in your house that you think are unfair. Rules in school that you think are unfair, okay? So you're going to start and say, I think the rule, and then put a little comma and state the rule. Whatever it is. Again, it can be something from your house. It could be something at school that's unfair. Tell me what the rule is and then say is unfair. And now the last part, you have to support it. So because, tell me why you think it's unfair. Why should that rule be changed? Okay? And you can have one reason, maybe you have lots of reasons. Tell me why that rule is unfair. All right. And then be ready to share it tomorrow during our live lesson.